3 days. That's all it took to change everything. It was finished. That's what they believed. The man who healed the blind, dead. The man who walked on water, dead. The one who raised Lazarus from a 4-day tomb, himself now sealed inside one. The disciples were scattered, hiding behind locked doors. Peter was somewhere weeping so hard he couldn't breathe, because the last thing he'd done was deny ever knowing him. 3 times, just like Jesus said he would. The women who had followed him from Galilee sat outside that tomb in the dark, not because they had hope, but because they had nowhere else to go. Friday had broken something in them that felt unbreakable. And the religious leaders? They slept easy. They'd won. The movement was dead. The threat was neutralized. They even posted soldiers at the tomb, just to make sure. A sealed stone. Roman guards. Problem solved. They had no idea what was coming. Nobody talks about Saturday. Saturday is the in-between day. The day when God seemed absent, when heaven was quiet, when the promises felt like lies and the miracles felt like memories. Saturday is the day faith gets tested to its absolute limit. And here's what I need you to understand. God was not absent on Saturday. He was working in a way no human eye could see. In the silence, in the sealed darkness of that tomb, something was happening that the universe had never witnessed before. Death was meeting its match. Colossians 2 says that on the cross, Jesus disarmed the powers of darkness, nailing their authority to the cross, making a public spectacle of them. And in that tomb, the battle that had begun in a garden thousands of years ago, when Adam and Eve first chose death over life, that battle was reaching its conclusion. Saturday looked like defeat. Saturday was the victory. Before sunrise, the ground shook first. Matthew 28 says an angel descended like lightning, his appearance so blinding that the Roman soldiers, trained warriors who had seen war, who had crucified men without flinching, collapsed, face down, like dead men. And then the stone moved. Not so Jesus could get out. He had already walked through it. The stone moved so that we could look in and see. He was gone. Mary Magdalene arrived first. She saw the stone rolled away and ran. She thought someone had taken the body. She was weeping outside the tomb when a figure appeared behind her. She thought he was the gardener. He said one word, her name, Mary. And in that one word, her whole world rebuilt itself. Because she recognized the voice. The same voice that had cast 7 demons out of her. The same voice that had called her worthy when the world called her nothing. The same voice she thought she'd never hear again. She turned, and he was standing there, alive, scarred, real. This was not a vision, not grief hallucinating, not a legend that grew over centuries. 1 Corinthians 15 records that after the resurrection, Jesus appeared to Peter, then to the 12 disciples, then to more than 500 people at one time. Paul wrote that letter while most of those 500 were still alive, essentially saying, go ask them. Check the testimony. This happened. Here's what gets lost in Easter eggs and church services. The resurrection isn't just a happy ending to a sad story. It is the hinge of all of history. Because if Jesus stayed dead, everything he said was a lie. Every promise collapses. Every person who ever put their faith in him was a fool. Paul himself said it. If Christ has not been raised, your faith is worthless. But if he rose, and he did, then everything changes. Death is not the end. It is a door. Every person you've lost who believed in him, they are not gone. They are more alive than you are right now. Every night you've spent terrified of dying, that fear has been defeated. The grave was tested against the Son of God, and it could not hold him. How is it going to hold you? Romans 8:11 says, the same Spirit that raised Jesus from the dead lives in you. The same resurrection power, available to you. Not someday, now. I want to speak to someone today. Maybe you're in your own Saturday right now, the in-between place, the silence, where you prayed and nothing happened, where you believed and things still fell apart, where the stone still looks sealed and hope feels like a luxury you can't afford. I need you to hear this. Sunday came for a sealed tomb guarded by Roman soldiers. Sunday came for a woman so broken she couldn't recognize Jesus standing right in front of her, until he said her name. Sunday came for disciples hiding in fear behind locked doors, and Jesus walked through the wall. He specializes in sealed things, locked things, dead things,